Hello, I've got Olivia here to tell us about our newest plan coming up next month. And Olivia, what is it?
We are really excited to introduce, well, at the end of her last interview, Camille did share a little intro video and we put it in the title. So it's not like it's a total shocker to all of you, but we are doing Preservation Station this month.
And so what is that going to entail?
So we're actually really excited about a whole bunch of things. First of all, we partnered with Melissa Barker, who is the archivist lady, and she is awesome. She helped work through this whole thing. We sat down, we got together, we pounded it out, we laid it out, and it was really fun because when we had the idea about doing a preservation station, we were like, we spelled experiment wrong, but that's okay. Just, you know what it is, connections-experiment.com/pet. So yeah, when we were hashing it out, it was just really fun because at first we had no idea. We just knew we wanted to do a plan about preservation and we thought, what the heck, let's try this. So as we started working on it, Melissa and I just felt like it flowed together. It made sense. It was quick. Like, we need to be able to work through all the different types of projects that we might have. Like, how many of us have, I should have gotten them out, all of those boxes of, oh my gosh, this is all of grandpa's stuff. And oh, here's a bag of just random stuff that my aunt gave me. And oh, you do family history here. Take this and take that. You know, we all get handed just piles of stuff. And we wanted to have a plan that would walk you through working through those piles.
Awesome. Okay. So what are some highlights we can look forward to? Like, what was maybe your favorite day or activity or thing to learn?
So what I love about the plan is that it's like, we introduce a concept and then we do a how day, or we do a why day, a how, and then a work day.
Okay.
And we kind of worked through all three. So first we kind of just explain and go over why preservation is important at all. And then after that, we jumped into like, why would we want to do this? Okay. Like, we talk about why, then we talk about how. We point to different blogs, we point to different resources that are going to help you know how to digitize that. So for instance, you have an audio recording of grandma or grandpa singing. How am I going to record that? You know, how am I going to digitize that and make that saved for generations to come? Because everyone can benefit from hearing grandma and grandpa's voice, right? So how am I going to do that? So we'll go through the house. How do you do audio? And then we work through several different things. We work through pictures, audio, video, and several other ones. We have 5 that we walk you through, but it kind of covers the whole general box that you're going to have.
Okay. Awesome. What are some resources that we've prepared for next month?
So the first one that I'm excited to tell you about is a live interview with Melissa. Terralyn is going to interview her next Wednesday, so the first Wednesday of the month. So it'll be the 6th at 1:00. And she's just going to help it's going to be live Q&A. If you guys have questions for her, it's a great time to just pick her brain because she's really, really has so much knowledge. And then after that, we are also, of course, going to have our mental health nuggets. And we have actually created what we've called My Personal Preservation Plan, workbook, and planner. So what we found was, as we were working through this plan and like preparing it, we quickly discovered that it was like learning how to do the digitizing was only the first step. And why? But actually like coming up with a process to work through, because so many of us have so many different projects that we need to work on, it can be super overwhelming. And so we decided it would be really cool to have some type of planner that would work you through and walk you through those steps to make it super easy and not so overwhelming. So we put together a planner. We spent a lot of hours trying to like perfect the process, make it easy, make it followable. So we've got a whole instructions guidebook and everything. And then basically it just helps you write your own preservation plan so you can easily follow through these steps, work through your different projects, and magically get all caught up on all of those boxes of projects that you have in your closets, under your bed, in your garage, any of the places you have stuff that you're like, I'll digitize that someday. Now you can do it in an organized, awesome manner.
Awesome.
Yes. So I actually want to play this little video really fast, and then we'll show you some product, because this is like the plan reveal. So for those of you who haven't seen it, this just start thinking preservation and getting excited. Yay!
That's awesome. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait.
Me too. As I was putting it together, I was like, I think the most exciting thing was like that I needed it. You know, I'm like, I need this. So I'm going to love working through this.
So you know other people.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Awesome.
And one of the cool things, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, is that we do have a few free sheets. So I want to show you those. So the first several days, we give you a few prompts that are like writing down your why and things like that. So the first one is this little how sheet. And it is going to just walk you through some of the first days and even go more in depth, help you think through. Well, I think the why is the first one, actually. I put it out of order. So the why sheet is like kind of defining your system, your process, what things are important to you. And then the other part is the, sorry, I clicked off of it, the how, and that will help you kind of work through. So those are great ones to get you started, and it's going to help you work through all the first several days of the plan. And then as you keep going, then I recommend checking out our My Personal Preservation Plan. And it's a workbook. It has an instructions guide to go with that. I'm going to throw that one. We have an instruction booklet that walks you through. And I'm going to show you a couple of our little example pages just to kind of give you an idea of what's in there so you can know.
This is the product, but before those were the free sheets.
Yes, thank you for clarifying.
Okay, perfect.
So this, you won't actually need it till later in the plan, because during the plan, you're learning how to digitize and how to preserve those things. But once you kind of learn that, have this knowledge base, then it's like, okay, let's look at all of the projects that we have. So one of the very first things you're going to do is just learn some basic things, set up some organization systems. But first, let's just brain dump. So one of the first steps is let's brain dump all those projects that we have that we've been collecting in our closets, right? So you brain dump them all in there and prioritize. And then after that, we're going to walk you through the process of organizing and deciding what's going to come first, setting up a filing system, accountability system, things like that. We'll walk you through. There's worksheets to make it super easy and simple for you. And then once you've kind of started and you're like, hey, this is the project I'm going to work on first, then we walk you through a few pages like this one that go over the projects, and you can see all the steps on there. The instructions walk you through exactly like what to think of, and literally take all the guesswork out of this for you. And as you work through the different pages, at the very end, you're going to archive all of the things that you've worked on so that your family can come and then they get to see, oh, this is what my mom or grandma or aunt, whoever has put all of the work that they've done is now right here. I can see quickly without, I'm pulling it up again because I have it printed here. But, I can look at my personal preservation planner, and now I know everything she's preserved. I have it all documented, where it's at, how I can find it, where the physical location is, where the digital location is, who it's been shared with, and all of that stuff. So there's no duplicating of work. There's no, you know what I mean? All of that. Yeah. It's just going to take all the guesswork out and the overwhelm, because we all feel overwhelmed, I think, when we come to those projects. So yes, the guilt. We're going to take away the guilt. So
that's awesome. Okay, so if our participants choose this plan for their experiment, what benefits might they be looking for?
Great question. I love that. First of all, guilt. You're going to help take away some guilt, because guilt is a negative It's definitely a negative feeling. It's one we don't like feeling. I love that. So we're going to help you take that away, because we're going to do that. But also like overwhelm. I know that when I think of all of my projects, it gives me a lot of anxiety because I know I need to do it. I mean, when we talk projects, even on here, like we walk you through, if you want to interview grandma or interview someone, that's one of those things that burdens you because you know you need to do it, but you know, you have to find the time. And this helps you walk through that process and like prioritize, figure out what you want to do first, and then helps you do it in like a small step, bite-sized pieces.
I like that.
So it helps take the anxiety away a little bit, right? So plus like the accomplishment of just being able to connect. I have done a lot of these preservation projects where I've gone to great aunts' houses and things and interacted with them. And I cannot explain to you how powerful that connection is with those people who I don't know that well until I do these projects. And then there's just a bond that I can't, you know what I mean? I can't explain. You just have to experience it. It's such a powerful experience. So there's definitely benefits there. And for future generations, obviously in our mental health nugget, I think it was last month, it might've been 2 months ago, that Amy was sharing with us how powerful, even just looking at a picture and connecting with an ancestor through a photograph, you're providing that by taking the time to preserve these memories, these audio files, video files, slides, you know, all the different things that we have that are just sitting in boxes and risk being burned in a fire or, right, any natural disaster, heaven forbid, at any point.
Yeah. Oh, that is awesome. I am so excited for this plan. I'm excited to experiment with how this will help me with my connections and my mental well-being. So thank you so much, Olivia. I hope you guys choose to do this, experiment with us, and take advantage of what we have going on and all those resources.
Yes, thank you. Come connections-experiment.com and check out all our plans, but definitely join us for Preservation Station.
Yes. Okay. See you guys.